But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marvels. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory. Hello everybody and welcome to week 4 of the CVRcade World Cup. It is the premier event of the week. We've had some great racing on Tuesday, some awesome racing on Thursday, but this is the one that everyone has just been, they've been thinking Saturday. It's going to be amazing to watch for the viewers. It's going to be amazing to race for the racers and hear the commentary booth. It's going to be my pleasure talking you through the action as it happens. As always, here in the CVRcade World Cup, we are racing for money. It has the biggest one-day prize purse, as you can see down here below. It is $250 for first place, $125 for second, $100 for third, $75 for fourth, and so on down here. It's going to be even bigger in the grand finale, $5,000, $2,000, $1,000, etc. That's why they're racing with everything they've got. Last week, it was a very close one. It came down to tiki turns. It was Sebastian Kuhn who came through for Cognition as they took the victory ahead of Team Cycling Up. This week, Team Cognition have a new team captain. Luis, are you ready to step in the shoes of Sebastian Kuhn?
Yes, big shoes to fill, but I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Now, I've seen quite a lot of test events from all the teams in the events widget. There were test events on Echelon, on Cypher R Loop, on Lake Bend. How much practicing, how much reconnaissance have Cognition done for this week's Omnium?
Yeah, we were pretty active this week. Daniel and I got together on Thursday, did some practice. I know Modi gave us some tips as well. Seb also. So, yeah, we've done some recon. We know the corner speeds. We're very familiar with the super, so hopefully that'll pay off today.
Well, best of luck here, Luis, and your teammates. Let's have a quick word from Quentin Molinez, because we heard Quentin on Tuesday in the CVRcade Solo Cup where he put down his mark, say, only every 4 years we're giving a victory away, but Quentin... Now is the time to bounce back. Are you confident in your team's ability to bounce back strong?
We'll have to. Like Seb said, we have the pressure on us to win this again. But I do like to stress that we didn't give a win away. Cognition took it with authority. So we're here to take it back now with the same authority.
Here to take it back. Is it Cognition that's your biggest threat? Because you've also got Velocity, Hive, Havoc in here. Who do you see as your biggest threat?
I mean, they're all going to be a threat, but I still remain with the same names as I always say. Cognition is going to be the one to beat because they're still having Sap in their rank. So, yeah.
Sep, the one-man army of just being a scarecrow for everyone else. Quentin Molinez, Luis Sobranis, the two captains taken on the road here for Team Cycling Up, Team Cognition. We also have other captains in here. Carl Axel Sander. He's been getting better and better, and today he's the captain for Team Velocity. We've also got, as the racing gets underway here, 3 laps of Echelon. You've got Uncrashable as an ability, and you've got Corner Caper as an ability. A scoring multiplier of 1.5. This can be the determinator very early on who gets out to a strong start and who will be trailing. On screen currently you see the team captain of Team Hive. It's Timothy Tamont, a matching fresh cut as we saw Glenn Hebelink use in the stream the other day. Timothy comes on the stream here as well, looking fresh as ever. There is a wind here on course. Comes from right to left. It's the same wind as we saw on Tuesday's Solo Cup racing as we get underway. A rather large pack here as we see from above all moving around. Beth on the inside. We see Casey Shum here on the stream as well as he's broadcasting in for Team Cycling Hub. We also have a new rider joining us in the broadcast today, but he did not seem to get off to the best of starts. I don't even... Did he make it here to the front group? I'm looking. Ed Laverick is in the stream here, but I'm not sure I see him here in the first race. So Team Havoc's team captain not off to a great start here on Echelon. So it is the top 3 scores in an event that count. The captain gets 1.5 times their points. Quinton is the captain. Again, Carl Axel Sander, Luis Soberanis, Ed Laverick, and Timothy Tamont are the riders we will be looking at. But looking from above, look at this. There's at least 18 riders all in this group on Echelon. And you can see the scoreboard down below. Quinton Molinez moving around. It is ever close. All the teams are in audio together. They're all chatting. They're all strategizing. They've put in hours upon hours of practicing and reconnaissance. Who's it going to be? There are no supers to help you here. It is pure power. You've got to use your mind. You've got to use your legs. You've got 2 abilities to help you stay upright. How are you going to use it to your advantage? With the wind coming from, now it's currently, as we come this way, it's from left to right. Everybody who's on the far right side here are looking to getting about 45, 50, even 60% draft if they're in the right spot. And we look to the back of the group here. It's Ryan Goldenberg, it's Nigel Doyle, who are not really in amongst the group. And Jennifer Garcia is one of those 2. So you've got to maybe think about your positioning, moving on up, being aware of the tasks. But if we look at the peloton at hand, on the front, we've got Beth York of Velocity. We've got John Pyle as well of Team Havoc. We've got Kayla Laguna, Team Hive. Chris Pritchard, the revelation for Team Cycling Up. Casey Shum, Timothy Tamont, Ben Shui Long of Team Hive. Moti Pikelny, who's been out with illness, but he is back in here. He wouldn't miss this for the world. I see we've also got FOG in the chat saying, "Go Jennifer," with a bunch of exclamation marks, saying big draft in there for sure. But you've got to be awake, as we see Jennifer here at the back. You've got to be awake, because one moment you're in the draft, the next moment, you know, you could be off it. And when you've got a trail back, no comeback kit, it can be difficult. Nobody has gone just yet. Nobody has made a move, but everybody's equalized heart rates are rising. You can see down below, 165, 170. Timothy Tamont here they go though. Attack on the front. Timothy Tamont, Team Hive, moving to the far right here. They've got Ben Shuilong and Timothy Tamont with Daniel LeBlanc following. Is this the move? They sit up, 300 equalized watts. We're coming to the halfway point, and we've got 3 riders on the front, but seems like they didn't commit to it. They had an opportunity, but they deemed that it wasn't the choice to make right there. We've got Timothy in here. Timothy's currently at 178. Timothy, how come you didn't attack? Oh, Timothy choosing not to race. Oh,
hello?
Can you hear me, Timothy?
Yeah, you're a bit quiet on my side, sorry.
That's fine.
What was the question?
How come you didn't utilize that move to attack?
Oh, I was just waking up the legs.
Got it. I'll let you get back there. I was going to catch you earlier. Sorry, Timothy. Timothy at the back of the group here as he pays attention. So having the commentator on your side here as he moves towards the back. We've got Carl Axel Sander, 172. We're at 3 kilometers left. I see we've got 32 people tuning into the chat here. So we do have the premiere event happening today. It's week 4. It's the halfway point in the CVRcade World Cup. Riders from across the world racing their bikes from their homes, from their gyms, from their conservatories, and that gets transmitted into the game of the free-to-play game of CVRcade. The quicker they pedal, the harder they push, the quicker they go in the game. But just like any other physical game, you yourself only have so much energy to extend. And we're seeing one major pack here taken to the front. Quinton on the right, captain of Team Cycling Hub out of Belgium. Luis Soberanis, captain of Cognition out of the United States of America. We have a move here. Carl Axel Sander goes. Daniel LeBlanc has been awake and he has been attentive to every move, but so has Casey Shum. It's kind of like Casey and Daniel are the resident gap closers. They are the designated riders that if they see somebody go up the road, it is their responsibility to close it down. As we enter the final lap, let's go. Final lap of Echelon here. 2 kilometers to go. The pace is being picked up. Timothy goes again. 400 equalized watts. He's at 191 equalized heart rate. And he's taken to the front here. So waking up the legs. It's safe to say they might just be hearing the alarm clocks right now. But whether or not he's hitting the snooze button, we'll just have to wait and see. As it's 1.7 kilometers to go. Wind is coming from the right to the left here again. As 17 riders make up this front group. Few riders are getting shelled off the back. Niels Heldens, Jennifer Garcia in a bit of trouble. As it's Kayla Laguna this time on the front. At 197 equalized heart rate. And Timothy goes with it. He's trying to react. This is the team captain of Team Hive and the lieutenant, Kayla Laguna. But Kayla is at 199. She's at 200 equalized heart rate. And Timothy goes with it too. They commit to it. It is all or nothing for them now. Timothy gets into the aero tuck here. As Ben in 3rd place. It is 1, 2, 3 for Team Hive. Are they running away with a coup here? Or is it in control for everybody further down? We come around here. You can see the chasing pack on the other side. As we have the final kilometers remaining. It is Kayla taken to the front now at 201. But here comes Carl Axel Sander. Just like on Tuesday, he is chasing it down, 193, as he makes it up there. Good move by Team Hive, but was it too much too early here? Can they recover for a second go? Because here comes the entourage behind them. Carl's already made it up. Here comes Beth York. In a second, Casey Shum is going to go as well. Carl has the composure to put on his headphones as well. As it's 500 meters. 400 meters, wind coming from left to right here. We're getting into the finale. Every single position matters. Look at Carl. Shoulders all the way up in the neck. Timothy Tamont is pushing it. He wants nobody to come back. It is Sweden versus Belgium. It's velocity. Oh, Timothy gets the block on. And Carl goes, what are you doing? As he does it again. He does not want Carl to come around. He's got nothing left. 200 meters. Timothy goes again here. He gives it everything. 100 meters. Finish line is coming up. And it is Timothy Termont taking the victory as he crosses the line. And Team Hive taking a bunch of points away on that one. As we see the sprint finish for the secondary positions. Moti, Quinton, Nigel. At the end of the day, Team Hive walk away with 8 points ahead of Velocity. And then it's 40 points down to Team Cycling Hub. Let's go and hear as we roll up the instant replay. Let's hear from Timothy. Timothy, what a move. What a gutsy play from Team Hive.
Woo, yeah. We knew there was no combat kit in here, so and it's a 1.5 instead of a 1 multiplier, so we basically said, yeah, let's put in a dig here. It's going to be definitely worth it in the end. And yeah, amazing job by Kayla pulling that last half of that final lap, and then I had to finish it off, and I did. I did have to block Carl there a bit because it was way too early for me to go, so I blocked him once or twice just to take like a final breath, and then I kicked it, and yeah, that was enough. Great job by the team. I'm really happy.
Well, great job all around, Timothy. You planned that and you executed it. I'll let you rest up here because I did see Carl had the composure to put on headsets. He had the composure to go, what are you doing? Carl, talk me through that finale. Did Team Hive catch you off guard?
Oh, yeah, they had a good position there. Then they had both Kyle and Timothy at the front. Is Ben Hive as well?
Yes, he is.
Oh, there was they were free up there. Oh, yeah, that was really good. Yeah, but it was hard for me, when we have this, uncrashable and corner caper kind of sprint, so you can't challenge anyone, on the the last corner, and Timothy know how to block, so trying coming up, trying to pass him, moving one lane in the last second, but then he has no risk, just trying to block me, so he will do that. And it's hard for me to move like 2, 3, or 4 lanes, because then then I lose momentum because I'm moving to the side. So it's really hard if you want to block someone there in that kind of situation, especially when Timothy had Kayla in the front as well. It's I guess using the game mechanics to the full exploit. I guess that was very good of them. Yeah.
You sound very out of breath. Are you ready for 12 kilometers of Lake Bend?
Yeah, I think so. But you have to remind me when we're moving on to the next one with uncrushable or not uncrushable. You have to remind me, because I forgot that last time. Right in my head.
Well, I will take the personal responsibility of reminding you, Carl, how the races are set up. That is a duty for me. Third place across the line there. Team Cycling Hub scoring 80 points as Velocity and Hive running away with it early. It is 4 races, but Quentin, what happened towards the end there? Did you guys get caught off guard?
I'm not sure what happened to Casey and Chris, but I was in my own world of hell. I tried to follow the wheel, but I just got ridden straight off. So I think that Tuesday's flight session is coming back to haunt me with a big equalization.
Well, now we're on Lake Bend, and we look forward, because that was just 1 of 4 races, and it was tied for the lowest scoring multiplier. How do you bounce back here in Lake Bend?
We'll just have to consistently eat back. We need to claw back consistently the gap that they are now having on us. So it's going to be a matter of just keeping everything consistent, try and, I don't know, if it's possible, try and get a podium in one of the races, and that will easily close the gap, I think. And then it's just a matter of being better heads up, but it's going to be a tight one.
I think we're in for a great race here today, Quentin. Hopefully you can recover some of the landing gear after Tuesday's amazing session. But good luck, Quentin, Katie, and the rest of Team Cycling Hub. Cognition currently occupy the 4th spot in here. Luis, we see you guys at 75 points. You're 5 points down on Cycling Hub. You're about 45 points down the lead. It's far from over. But what's the mood like in the Cognition team camp?
We're good. I think we got caught back with Quentin and some of the CH guys on the back. Couldn't really quite follow the move. But, it was just the first race. I think there's plenty to go, and the multipliers get higher and higher here. So I think, like Quentin said, consistency will pay off.
Well, I can definitely attest that the racing is only going to get harder. It's only going to get more technical and higher score from here, Luis. So good luck to you and your teammates. If you are tuning in for the first time here, let's just remind you what we are racing for in terms of money. Because here today, $250 will be won by one team. Second place, as I'm trying to find it, 125, 100, 75, 60, and 30. What they're racing for is the ability to qualify for the grand finales and the seeding associated. The winner will take home $5,000. The winning team, $2,000 for second, $1,000 for third. And this all takes place in week 8. We're currently in week 4. So we're at the halfway point, and the seeding is ever crucial. This was race 1. We've got 3 more races, and coming up next is Lake Bend. You've got one ability on. You have got uncrashable. So we'll see how this one plays out. The riders will be looking left, they'll be looking right. This time there's no wind, but now the question is, how much did that effort from Hive take out of Timothy, Ben, Kayla? Because they dug deep, where some of the other teams may not have gone as deep, and they have saved their energy for these later stages. Because here it goes. Casey Shum of Team Cycling Hub. He was closing down the moves. He was looking around, making sure that everybody was within order. Just missed on the final move, and the same goes for Daniel LeBlanc here. As we look from the helicopter view once more, we have our eye in the sky, the CVRcade copter, as we see Team Hive on the left side. It looks to be Timothy Tamud completely out of the draft, while everybody else is on the right side here getting a draft. Now they move on through. We've raced Lake Bend once before that I can remember. It was Sebastian Kuhn, it was Luis Soberanis, and it was Claudius Kuhn. On this very amazing day of racing, it was Luis Soberanis that got a rude awakening when Claudius Kuhn just clawed his way back in and beat him on the line. Will story repeat itself here for the Team Cognition captain? Today he does have a Kuhn on his side, Sebastian Kuhn, who's also in here in the broadcast. He was a fantastical captain last week, and the question beckons, why? So this week, Sebastian Kuhn has stepped down from the captaincy. Does he not have the legs? Do they reckon this set of maps suit Luis Soberanis more? One race is not enough to tell you just the answers to that, but throughout the Omniums, I believe we'll see the answers as the pack is strung out here. Got Team Hive on the left, slowly moving down. You've got Velocity on the front here as well, as everybody is just making sure they get the draft. But if one person moves over, it is like a domino effect. It's a wrecking ball, because if one person moves over, everybody moves over, and that slows down affairs. Ryan Goldenberg of Canada here. Velocity, he moves up as well on the outside, wanting to be further up, as we also on currently on Jennifer Garcia, who is on the inside here, maybe not getting that much of a draft. But right now, it's all together. They're all looking at each other. They're all waiting for the first move to be put on. They're all waiting for the first sound of the bell, of the gun. They're waiting, and Ryan ups it up here to 400 equalized watts. And this doesn't mean they're going easy, by the way. The pace is through the roof here, and they're going 43, 42 kilometers an hour, and they're sitting on. Crucial Ball's asking, where is Homer? I believe Homer Thompson is taking a rest today. Yes, you heard it. Clear the headlines, clear the newspapers. A rest, can you believe it here? As we see a few riders getting dropped. I see a few Cycling Hub riders near the back there. Niels Heldens towards the back, not having the best of days. Quinton down in 11th. There's a move being put on now, and it is orchestrated by Velocity Vixen. They've got 3 riders as you look on the 2 gameplay screens on the top here. You can see Timothy on the left, you can see Quinton on the right as Team Velocity. I've got Ryan Goldenberg, Nigel Doyle, and Beth York as they try and make a move, but they're missing their captain. They've got Carl Axel Sander, who sits with Timothy, who sits with Quinton. So Velocity trying to break things up, but their captain is down here. And remember, the captain is getting 1.5 times the points that the other riders are getting. So question beckons, do they know Carl is down here? Are they aware of the fact? We will see. As Tam Burns here on the inside of Team Havoc. He's back in the racing as well, as he gets passed by the Swedish chef. He moves on up. He sits with Ed Laverick, the captain of Havoc, with Quinton Molyneux, the captain of Team Cycling Hub, and Timothy Tamund, the captain of Team Hive. Luis now also in here. All the captains are in this little confined space, as we've got the Welsh Dragon. We've got Ed Laverick making it into the racing here. He burst onto the scene with an amazing finish on Summit Islands. But what's happening here is a move is going up the road, but it's none of the captains. So we look across. How does it pay out? You've got 2 Cognition riders. You've got Sebastian Kuhn and Daniel LeBlanc. You've got 3 Velocity riders. You've got Ryan Goldenberg, Nigel Doyle, and Beth York. And they have a 5-second gap. But there's a very interesting scenario happening here, because it's your top 3 scorers of the team that counts, not the top 3 across the line. So we look here, as you can see, Quinton Molyneux is trying to bridge. He's trying to go across here with Casey, and so far he is succeeding. Is anyone going with it? But we did see an interesting scenario where, you know, your team captain gets 1.5 points. So Carl is down in 9th for Velocity. But with him, 1.5 points, he might move up and take some of the points away from the other Velocity riders. But this is being being orchestrated by Sebastian Kuhn, and this is what Sebastian does. He just goes hard on the front and doesn't really look back. Him and Daniel LeBlanc here are pushing on the pace on the front as we are nearing the end of the first lap of Lake Bend. How is it so far? We take stock of the action. There is 11 riders, 12 riders now regrouping slowly at the front. As we see an attack on the front, it is Carl Axel Sander, the captain of Velocity Vixen, or just Team Velocity, as he moves on to the attack here. The Swedish chef trying to shake some legs behind him. And wasn't successful the first time. He's got Sebastian there, he's got Daniel LeBlanc, he's got Beth York as he puts on the headsets. I like Carl, he's good, he's ready, he looks on the screen here. Good move from him. We take stock once more. You've got Timothy Tamont in the back, you've got Ed Laverick, you've got Velocity with 4 riders in the group. But that move in the earlier race is taking its toll. Look at the scoreboard. Velocity is currently taking home 290 total points, with their closest competitor being Team Hive. But on this race, Velocity is so far scoring 160 points. And you've got the next closest team in Team Cognition at 143. So Team Hive is paying for the efforts in the first race here. Ed Laverick crosses back to the front. Wim is asking, who's the captain for Cognition today? It is Luis Soberanese, who is the captain for Cognition, as he is in the front group. If you look on back, it seems to be Team Cycling Hub with 2 riders here in the front group. Just the third one, Niels Heldens, just off the back, fighting to get back on. But this is a game of attrition. It's a game of saving that energy, optimizing your draft, choosing the right lanes to be in, and just really trying to save as much energy as possible. As we go on board with Ed Laverick, you can see the long line of riders all thinned out, all stretched out. It's because this is how you get the draft. So depending on where you're sitting right now, you'll be getting a nice draft percentage. Casey and Quentin right now are taking advantage of the situation. You can just hear quickly, Casey, what draft are you currently getting?
60%.
There you go, everybody. 60% from Casey Shum here, so saving a lot of energy. Blue X Bomber is saying this is missing some bats and some crowbars. Well, there are supers in the game. There are supers such as a flat tire. So if you want to hang out some Tic Tacs on the road, if you want to make other people have punctures, there is that ability in the game. You can also crash if you speed through a corner, unless in like this race, Uncrashable is activated as a super. Road race on pedal bikes, you know, it could be it's basically what this is, honestly. It is a very modern take at physical esports, and you see Casey riding his bike. If in the future races, we've got 2 more races coming up after this, where you do have the ability to crash. You see emotions, you see those feelings of frustration when you make a mental error. And these guys are riding near their max capacity. They're up in their heart rates, so you never know, Blue X Bomber, how they may go. Here's Timothy again on the left, missing his teammates. He's flying the flag as Cognition are moving up in the standings here, taking it back as Velocity goes again. Velocity got so close in week 2. And it feels like they want to take this one. Timothy, Quinton, Louise are down here. Ed Laverick is down here. There's one team captain in this breakaway, as it looks like Timothy Tamont is breaking. They're on the incline on Lake Bend. They're feeling the gradients of 4-5%. And this is where the British National Hill Climb Champion of 2019, Ed Laverick, shines through. He bridges across. The team captain of Team Havoc comes through to the front as he sits on the wheel of Carl Axel Sander. And Carl stands up again and pushes it down. And it's the 2 founders of Velocity. It's Ryan Goldenberg and Beth York here really establishing the pressure and just simply riding riders off one by one. And look at this, 3 riders come to the front, 3 riders all from the same team. Look at the purple and orange here of Team Velocity. We've got Carl out of Sweden, we've got Beth out of the United States of America, and Ryan Goldenberg out of Canada. The closest member holding on here is Sebastian Kuhn. And now Sebastian has a decision to make here. Does he stick with it? Or does he wait for his captain, Luis Sobranis? Because Luis is trying to bridge. Luis has left Quinten, left Niels, left Timothy. He's trying to bridge up to his teammate. He can see up the road. He can almost reach out and touch them, but he's just not there. This is magnificent racing from Team Velocity, and they're forcing indecision from the other teams, as it looks like Sebastian is taking a turn as well here on the front as we're nearing the final lap of racing. Crucial Ball says, Luis, you can do it, you can connect. Mutt KG says, go Luis. He pushes with everything he's got here. If we go back as well, as we actually got Ed Laverick. Ed Laverick has made it to the front group again. Ed Laverick has made it. Luis has been caught here by the chasing group of Niels and Quinten. We look at the scoreboard and, I mean, running away with the show here in Lake Bend should be no surprises. Velocity scoring 293 points currently on the scoreboard. Team Hive 221, Cognition 195, Cycling Hub 191, and then Havoc 168. But it is far from over. We have got another race after this on Sci-Fi R-Loop. Then we've got Dashed Against the Rocks, the highest scoring multiplier of the day. For a lot of teams here, it is damage limitation because Velocity is riding on the front, but the gap is coming down. The gap is closing. It's currently 8 seconds, but Ryan and Beth, they're taking turns on the front, but they look like they're slowly fatiguing because we're on the final lap. Ring the bell, everybody. Last lap of racing here, as we've got 2 chasing groups on the road. We've got the lead group with 3 Velocity riders. And Sebastian Kuhn always has the option, if he chooses to try and play the cog in the machine, the spanner in the works here. He could mess up the rotations if he's got the power. He could try and get in the way to make sure that their turns aren't as smooth as he moves over to the left here. So look, Carl Axel Sander pushing it at the front. On the right, it is Quinten Molyneux and Casey Shum trying to get back on touch. They're 14 seconds now. The gap is increasing. Velocity just keeps on chugging away. This gives me flashbacks. Temple Run. This was a move orchestrated by Frank Garcia, Kayla Laguna, and Rick Woods. They attacked from the gun. They never looked back. And now we're seeing the very similar thing for Team Velocity, led by their captain on the front. DK Mansuni says, go Velocity, go, go, go. You've got Kestrel Biker saying, go Cognition. Channy Link is saying, go Quinten. There's a big move being put down here as Quinten is sitting in. But don't forget the secondary positions. They do matter. Quinten currently down in 11th, the captain for Team Cycling Hub. Timothy, the captain of Team Hive, down in 8th. You've got Ed Laverick in no man's land. He's 8 seconds up the road, not quite near the front, not quite near the back here. And he has just got to ride this one out. If he doesn't get caught here, it is a lot of points that he can take home for his team. If we can just show again the prize money that these guys are racing for, and the reason they're pushing so hard is it's $250 for the winning team, $125 for the second team, $100 for third, and this is all in a free-to-play game. And as the standings up, and they come into the grand finale, it is $5,000 for the winning team. Overall prize purse is $30,000. We've got 2.5 kilometers to go, everybody. Who are you cheering for in the chat? Lake Bend has been a monster, but it's been enjoying so far. As now Luis takes a turn on the front. He's trying to push on through here. He's trying to salvage whatever he's got left here because they're still very much in contention, but Velocity are still riding away. Sebastian Kuhn could ruin the party on the front here as he is in that 4th place, sitting in. If he comes through and takes away some of the points, that could help his team as well. So we look again, the equalized heart rates, 187, 191, 188, 192 for the 4 front racers. They're on the incline once more. The gradient kicks up here to about 5% as they've got to fight it on through. 193 from Carl here. Luis Sobranese comes to the front here again. He goes at 450 equalized watts. He wants to be the one to come over the top of Ed Laverick. 2 kilometers is all that's left, and they have reached the peak as Luis looks down. Who is it going to be? Who is going to win this race on the front? There are 3 riders from Team Velocity and the sole German for Team Cognition. Then in the secondary group, 18 seconds down now, Ed Laverick, captain of Team Havoc, Luis Sobranese, captain of Cognition, Timothy Tamont, captain of Team Hive, and Quentin Molyneux, captain of Team Cycling Hub. All the racers have given their best, and it comes down to this on Lake Bend. How do they play it out? Velocity have got cards to use. They've got dices to throw here. Do they roll a 6? Do they pick up an ace? As Carl comes to the front here again, they're using the in-game audio widget, and it looks like Beth is gapping Seb. And now they go. Beth up at the top of the screen here. She puts a block on Sebastian Kuhn, and Beth York, the rider who has complained about blocking on the podcast, is blocking Sebastian Kuhn. We have come full circle, everybody. Sebastian Kuhn has to push down the gap now. He was slowly gapped off the back, and once he realized it, it was too late because Beth York was putting on her best moves, and now it's Carl Axel Sander, Ryan Goldenberg of Velocity taking turns once more, but Carl at 197 equalized heart rate. Have Velocity gone too hard too early, as they have got 2 more races after this, 600 meters, and Sebastian Kuhn 3 seconds off the back here. Carl, he thinks he's got it. He's got time to celebrate here. 500 meters, sits on the wheel of Ryan Goldenberg. He's looking around. He's thinking, what celebration should I pull out? Now, do they let Carl cross the line first? He is the captain. He would score more points here, but we'll see how it pans out here to the end. Who's it going to be? Ryan and Carl, side by side, 200 meters to go. They've got Beth York in 3rd spot with Sebastian Kuhn there. It is Carl Axel Sander who comes around and takes the victory here. Team Velocity 1st and 2nd, then Beth comes across the line before Sebastian Kuhn, and now down in the chasing group for the secondary positions we've got Quentin the captain, Timothy captain, Louise and Ed, but Ed has gone out the back here. Quentin goes, he stands up and he pushes on through. He can salvage some points here for Team Cycling Hub with Nils Heldens close by. Then you've got Louise, but here comes Timothy at the very end. It is Quentin Molyneux who comes across the line there, taking the points. But Velocity, 188. That was incredible racing. Let's load up the instant replay once more, and let's get a word from the Swedish chef on how they orchestrated that attack. Carl, so we see the finish here. You must be over the moon.
Oh yeah, that was satisfying. Yeah. You want me to talk you through it?
If you want, I mean, that was absolutely incredible from start to finish, man.
Yeah, we had a good streak there, just staying in the front, being active and everything. And then, without an effort, we just got 3 out of 4 guys in the front. And then, we were able to coordinate over the comms, just attack with 2 guys and have the 3rd one stay back. I think Beth might have done a bit blocking bit. Sebastian there, but I think there was a really clean move there. We made Sebastian to chase our dual breakaway, and Beth could just sit on the wheel and sprint it down. So yeah, I think it was kind of textbook example from that right away.
But the question is, Carl, have you guys spent too much? Because you have an 80-point lead currently, but there's still 2 very demanding races left.
Yeah, I think we spent a bit there, but we're quite happy. We took maximum available points on that course, and it was a 2 times multiplier. So I think we spent, but I think it was worth it. So with remaining power, I guess we had to defend it from now on.
Well, good luck in the next race here. So far, our loop is Carl Axel Sander. If we do have Sebastian Kuhn, I would like to have a word as well, because Seb, you were the lone rider in the Velocity Armada. First up, was that a block?
It was about 100 blocks. I think it's when there's 3 against 1, it's not very sportsmanlike to block the lost only 1. But they want revenge. They get revenge.
I like it. Now you've angered Sebastian Kuhn, everybody. That's what you get. Seb, you guys are currently in 4th here, but it's all within play, and we've seen you on Dashed Against the Rocks, the final map. Do you feel like Cognition still has what it takes to come back and take the win?
Yeah, we'll do our best. We have nothing to lose. So full power ahead.
Full power ahead, says the German metronome Sebastian Kuhn. Team Hive currently in 2nd place, sitting at 225 points. Timothy Termont, was that the payment for the effort spent on Echelon?
Yeah.
Timothy? I don't think...
Talk to me, Jesper.
Yes, I am.
Same thing. Sorry, man. I was talking to the team. What was the question?
What we saw on Lake Bend, was that you and the rest of your team paying for the efforts spent on Echelon?
I'm not too sure. That gradient, it's really tricky. It's steeper than you think. So yeah, great teamwork by Velocity. They caught off us guard, and Jennifer, Kayla, and Ben just set up and spared the legs for these last 2 races. And yeah, I found myself in a group with Cycling Hub and Cognition. So yeah, I kind of could just like sit up and follow the wheels a bit. So I'm happy with how that turned out in the end after all. So yeah, great job by Velocity though. What do you think?
Well, good luck here in Cypher our loop. Final words, we got 1:50 here to go. Quentin, we saw you sprint at the end there, give it everything. Now, Cypher our loop is up next, and it's got Tractor Beam. What do you make of that?
We're going to see quite a few different tactics, I think. Everybody will have practiced this, will have thought out some sort of tactic to use. And I'm curious to which tactic will be the best one, because we have had some internal discussions ourselves. So, yeah, it's going to be an amazing
Which
race.
tactic did you arrive at?
So we're going to go into the first corner 60 km an hour, which will make us crash. But we have to make sure that the tractor beam is activated first on a teammate, so we both go down.
Now, it sounds like you guys have been watching Kayla and Jennifer in the Derny Cup. I mean, that sounds like you've done your homework. But Quentin, Cypher our loop is coming up. Good luck. 1 minute to go, everybody. This is the 3rd race here of the CVRcade World Cup. Week 4 racing. We are racing for $250 for the winning team. Overall prize purse of $30,000. Velocity currently sit in the lead with Team Hive 2nd, Cycling Up 3rd, Cognition 4th, and Havoc 5th. But there is 2 races left. Cypher our loop, which you see right now, then Dashed Against the Rocks, and Dashed Against the Rocks have a scoring multiplier of 2.5. That's the biggest scoring multiplier of the day, and anything can happen, because we saw Hive pay for the efforts that they put on Echelon. Right now, Ryan's legs, Beth's legs, Carl's legs, they are burning, and the other teams, they're hungry. They're sitting at the table, and they're ready to dive in here. We're going to see the racing get underway in 3 seconds time. And here we go. Sci-Far R loop, 2 laps of racing, 1 tractor beam, 1 power plant, 1 racer's edge, and 1 path of least resistance. It's Chris Pritchard who is using his tractor beam on Casey Shum here, giving it everything. He's sprinting with everything he's got. 1,000 equalized watts. If we can show Casey here, you can see the secondary positions he was sitting on, and this is them attempting a coup, a reverse coup from Team Cycling Hub. They've got first, second, and then they've got Niels Heldens and Quinten Molinez in third and fourth currently. 1 tractor beam was used by Chris Pritchard there. I don't think Niels used his here yet, so Quinten and Niels trying to work their way back. But this is 4 riders from Team Cycling. The entire team has attacked out of the gun, and they're trying to make a statement. As now Casey uses his. Casey with tractor beam, racer's edge, and power plant goes all out. But I don't think he got Chris. I think he's lost his cargo. I don't think Chris Pritchard is there. Chris Pritchard at 62 kilometers an hour goes, where? And now Quinten goes to the front again. So using their supers very early on here. And how does it affect the scoreboard? They're taking 50 point backs on Team Velocity, but they have theirs left. But I mean, this is excellent gameplay from Team Cycling. We see Sebastian Kuhn attempting to use his tractor beam, but he slammed right into the back of Beth York again. Are we seeing the start of a rivalry? Sebastian Kuhn and Beth York not becoming best of friends here today, as we see them down in 9th and 8th. But the effect, the strategy that's being deployed here by Team Cycling Hub is paying off. But they have lost a rider. They've lost Niels Heldens. And so it's only, they also lost Chris. Chris is now going down the rankings. So it's down to the 2 strongest riders. Quinten Molinez coming into Garcia corner. He stays upright. So does Casey Shum as they come through. That is 1 lap, everybody. And they have been flying. Team Cycling Hub bringing the gap back to 50 points to Velocity. Then you have Team Hive close by. You have Cognition close by as well. As we see Carl, Axel, Sander. It's Kayla going down. Team Hive losing a member. But Velocity have got 3 chasing on by, but they are losing 50 points here on Sci-Far R loop as Quinten goes again on the front. He's got Racer's Edge, he's got Tractor Beam, he has nailed it, but Chris goes down. The 3rd place spot, he sat so well, he goes down, but Quinten continues to push. 1 and 2 here looks to be set very nicely for them if they can continue this cooperation for 1 more lap. As we see Carl Axel Sander on the left, definitely seeing the struggle starting to hit in for him. But Cognition is nowhere to be seen as Daniel LeBlanc used Tractor Beam on Moti Pikelny, and they both go down in 16th and 17th spot. But here goes Carl. Carl uses his Tractor Beam on Beth York. Now it's time to put back the serve, return it over the net, try and put a bit of top spin, Bjorn Borg style, and we'll see, is it going to be enough here towards the end? We can definitely see Carl starting to lose that bit of sharpness in the legs as Beth is there, Nigel's further back, but what they have done is damage limitation. What was once a 50-point swing as Beth York uses her Tractor Beam. They go 1, 2. Carl has used his. Now it's Beth's turn. It's 1 kilometer to go. It has been so fast. But what was once a 50-point swing is now down to a 17-point swing. And Velocity still just leading by less than 80 points on the front. On your right, it's 1st and 2nd. It's Casey Shum, it's Quinten Molinez. On your left, it is Beth York and Carl Axel Sander. They are 10 seconds down here as we're seeing them push on through. There's 800 meters remaining, and they're giving it absolutely everything because they know Dashed Against the Rocks is up next. as they come on to the 2% gradient here as they turn right, Quinten and Casey. And now they've got to finish strong. Quinten comes around, so if we see Casey Shum has done his work for Quinten Molyneux as well. He sits on the wheel and he knows all he's got to do is take home second place here. Make sure that Carl, make sure that Beth does not make a late resurgence and take the points home. But you can see on the scoreboard, still an uphill battle, but anything is possible on Dashed Against the Rocks. Carl looks like he's been suffering, looks like he's been hurting, but for this one, we can only bow upon our masters. Team Cycling Hub. Quinten wasn't kidding when he set the strategy they relied upon, and it worked. 100 meters to go. Quinten Molyneux and Casey Shum crossing the finish line, waiting as long as possible to get some recovery and get the legs back in, and there it is. Quinten Molyneux winning the third race of the day on Cypher Loop. Carl Axel Sander takes back third place, and that means they only lose out on 21 points. But here comes the secondary sprint. Timothy Tamont bench Dewey long as Nigel Doyle goes down, and that changes the points they scored dramatically, as Timothy is going to beat on through. Luis beats his teammate, but it looked like Sebastian was trying to come across the line, then nails. Now, everybody, we've got a battle on our hands. 80 points is the difference. One race left. Load up the instant replays, because that was a treat. As we watch the instant replays, as always, we'll get some inside knowledge from the racers, because we've got to go back to Quinten Molyneux. Quinten, what an absolutely amazing effort from you guys. How much practicing did you guys do on that specific strategy?
On that specific one, not that much. It was just a matter of picking the right one. I think everybody knows how the tractor beam works. So that was really the issue. The issue was trying to optimize it as well as we thought we could. And in the end, we concluded that using them 2x2. So first Chris and Niels to launch me and Casey up. And then I would have to, well, we wanted to work to get it first, because in our minds we were going to be 4 people at the front, but that didn't turn out the way it was. So it was like on the spot thinking of what we could do to make it a good situation anyway. So I decided to close the gap to Casey. Casey hung back a little bit, and then I used my tractor beam to pull Casey up, and the other way around. So yeah.
Now we have one race left. You guys have just done the unthinkable in the last race, but are you ready to do it again?
We're going to need to do more than just do it again. If I look at the scoreboard, I think we need to get 1, 2, and 3 for sure. And then I think we need to pray that Velocity makes a mistake somewhere. I don't think there's any other way that we would be able to catch him otherwise.
Remember, there's always the bonus points as well. But Quinten, good luck here in Dashed Against the Rocks. Let's hear from the Swedish chef. By the way, the supers for this race are Uncrashable, Underdog, and Weight Lifted. You have one of each. Carl, you must be over the moon, because at one point it looked a bit dire, but you limited your losses on the last race.
Yeah, we had discussed, even if they're 15 seconds ahead, as long as you have the, a double tractor beam combination left, you're going to be safe. So yeah, it was excellent by Cycling Hub there to do early. We were discussing just before it, we were going to do on the first lap, on the second lap. But yeah, that was excellent of them. Impressive.
Now you've just got to drive this thing home. You've just got to land the plane. Are you guys ready for this task?
Yeah, it is. I think this course, we know this course. We might not do excellent, but we're gonna do decent at least. So I think we can bring it home.
Wise words from Carl Axel Sander, currently in first with a significant lead. In third place is Team Hive. They started strong, they did okay in the next 2 races, but now they're going to need a great finish here in order to maybe take first or just secure the podium. Timothy, your team, you're rallying them. What are you telling them right now?
Oh, we're doing really well. The tactics, like we talked about beforehand, they've been working out. Kayla had an unfortunate crash. I think it was some lag or something. I don't know. But if Kayla didn't crash there in that first lap, I think we wouldn't gotten second and third and fourth there. But yeah, no worries. We still got the biggest multiplier here. 5 laps dashed against the rocks. I won this race last time, so hoping to do well again. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited for this last race.
Good luck, Timothy and Team Hive. Let's get a word from Cognition as well. Luis, you guys find yourself in 4th, but you're able to save it all on this last race. You look like you've been through quite some stuff on your side. How are you feeling?
I'm pretty tired. I think there were a couple of spots there on Lake Bend where I got blocked, which is unfortunate because I was willing to work with the other teams, but no biggie. I think it worked out for them, so that's just gameplay. But we'll do our best on this next one. It's very technical with a couple of punchy climbs, so we'll see what we can do on this one.
Give it everything you've got, Luis. After this, everybody, we've got some cross-play racing where Xbox players of CVRcade will join the physical players. We'll have some fun. I've even got my controller ready because I was challenged by DK Mansuni. Now, 1 minute remains. It's Velocity who is at the top. It's Cycling Hub. We're starting the comeback, but they've got one event left to do it. They have got to come first, second, and third, as Quentin said in this one, or require Velocity to make a mistake. We will see. Dominic K09 says first time here. Well, make sure to click the follow button down below. This is physical esports. These people riding their bikes from their home, and then it transmits into the game. All their decisions makes an impact, and today they're racing for money. It's $250 for first place, Dominic Hayes, and it comes down to this. 20 seconds is all that's left before we get started. Dashed against the rocks. It is 5 laps. Uncrashable, Underdog, and Weightlifted. Who is going to take it? Quentin Molyneux here. He's ready. He looks down. He starts to start the sprint up out of the gate. You've got to get out early and strong. We're seeing it. Carl Axel Sander using Weightlifted. You got Beth York with Underdog as well here. As Carl is the man to look at. He's the rider to focus on because his legs did seem like they were starting to give out on Sci-Far R Loop. And this is a demanding race. 7.5 kilometers on their mountain bikes. And you can see on the scoreboard, even here right now, with Timothy in the lead, they move into second. And Carl Axel Sander sits down in 8th here. You've got that one uncrashable that we saw Daniel LeBlanc use already to try and get a gap. It's Beth on the front. It's Carl on the back here. He looks like he is in pain already, and Casey Shum is taking advantage of this. They see the wounded animal and pounce they do. Casey Shum tries to go, but he's lost his captain. Quentin Molyneux is not with him just yet as they crest the top of the volcano. They come onto the descent, and it's Casey Shaw moving on through. It's 56 points. Sorry, it's 56 points, 66 points being the difference right now. But anything can change over the next 7 kilometers of racing. Team Hive and Team Cycling Hub separated by 17 points as well for second and third. That is $25 the difference. So you definitely want to be moving on up as we come to the rocks here. Timothy on the left, Casey Shum, who has won this map before. Beth goes down, Moti goes down, as we see Beth York hitting on the rocks, dodges her teammate, doesn't hit Ryan, go back to the front here. You'll see the racing is very much kicking up with Quentin, forces a mistake out of Daniel. That is Team Cognition, who have not had their best day. The gap down to 40 points here, but all that needs to change is Quentin needs to go into the lead here. If Quentin goes top 3, I think we'll see them move higher up and closer to Velocity as the racing comes through to the first lap, ending on Dashed Against the Rocks. But it's Carl Axel Sander and Quentin Molyneux, the two captains of the two teams, stepping highest on the podium. And Carl Axel Sander moves to his left and says, you know what, Quentin, I've got better legs than you do. Let me just cross to my teammate Nigel Doyle. And so he does. How is Quentin Molyneux currently looking? Because it very much rides on his performance as the team captain, scoring 1.5 extra points here, 1.5 times extra points, and he knows it, but he had a phenomenal day of racing on Tuesday. He won 3 zones, zones K, zones E, and zone L, and now he goes again. Ryan Goldenberg crashes down in 9th, and the front of the racing is heating up. 52 points is the difference. Casey Shum just doing whatever he's got to do. He's riding away on the front. He's got a 5-second lead down to Luis Soberanis, who is, redeeming himself here. He is really finding his legs again with Sebastian Kuhn, his teammate here. He's had a fantastic day of racing as well, with potential. Maybe hasn't completely lived up to it, but he is showing us sparks of what could have been here, what could be next week, because it's a long, long series of racing here over 8 weeks as Carl Axel Sander, the Swedish chef, is cooking once more. He sprinkles on some pepper. He's got some salt in there. Now he's got to dodge the rocks. He is known for having a crash or two when the pressure is the highest and the water is boiling. Can Carl Axel Sander keep the hat straight on? He uses Uncrashable! Uncrashable here from Carl Axel Sander at 194. He knows the name of the game is, as long as I don't crash, as long as I don't make a mistake, we are good. Because we're currently leading by 80 points is what Carl Axel Sander is telling himself. As we look down to Quentin Molyneux, sitting 6th here in front of Luis, behind us Sebastian. You've got Timothy Tamont in here, who's had a great finale as well before on Dashed Against the Rocks. We all remember Timothy Tamont versus Quentin Molyneux, the final few 6 acts on Dashed Against the Rocks, where they went left, they went right, with their supers they came on through. And that was all she wrote on that one as Timothy Tamont came through and took the victory. But now on the front, it is all together between our two racers. Casey Shum and Carl Axel Sander are 7 seconds in front of the rest. And what does Casey do here? Because on one hand, they've got to be worried about Team Hive. And on the other hand, they're trying to make a run for the money at the top. But at what point do you have that internal team chat saying it's maybe not for us, as Timothy Tamont here accelerates as well? The back group 6 seconds back as Timothy crashes. Timothy attempted to come on through. He went face first into the rocks. And just like that, the return from Team Hive may have just been negated as Ben executes a block on Quentin. And another one on Quentin Molyneux. He shakes his head here, adding to a series of misfortune events here for Quentin Molyneux. He had his underdog super activated, giving him 50 extra watts for every person ahead of him, and he goes right into the back of Ben Shuilon. But with that block, now the question becomes 3rd and 4th here. First is 95 points ahead of Team Cycling Hub. It is the biggest margin of winning that we've seen in the CVRcade World Cup already. But it's just week 4. Are you peaking too early? Suddenly question marks arrive. Then you've got Cycling Hub in 2nd at 516 points. But then it's Team Hive versus Cognition for 3rd and 4th. They're separated by 40 points here. And it comes down to Luis Soberanis versus Timothy Tamont, the two captains weighing it up. Around Timothy, he's got Ben with him. Around Luis, he's got Sebastian up the road. And then he's got Moti Bikelny further back. As we are over the halfway point and on the front, it is the Swedish chef who is cooking up once more as he leaves Casey Shum on the dust, comes under the umbrellas, and he says, bye, bye, bye. Last week, it was Sebastian Kuhn. It was Sebastian Kuhn who came in on the day, had an amazing performance, really lifted the spirits of his team. And this week, It is long overdue for velocity. Carl Axel Sander, he puts on the headphones here. I'm not sure he wants to talk at 190 equalized heart rate, so let's not. But 2.7 kilometers to go. The pace is on near the back. Ben Shuilong tries to bridge across. He's got underdog, he's got weight lifted, he's got uncrashable. Casey Shum does not repay the favor of the block earlier on his team captain, and now Ben Shuilong 3 seconds down on Carl Axel Sander as they come around again. This is a slugfest. This is a boxing match in the 12th round where you're just throwing everything you can into it, hoping that something connects. And right now, Carl Axel Sander is slowly riding away with it, with Ben in second, Casey in third. And we'll look at the scoreboard. Team High versus Cycling Up, second and third, is in the conversation again. 20 points is the difference, as now we're going to see. This is going to be a very close finish between second, third, and fourth, but also for the stage winner. So all the tension, all the action is still there. Long John Silver says, can you use your own bike with this? Yes, you definitely can. Quinton is currently on his own bike that he bought with the prize money that he won from season 1 of the CVRcade World Cup, taking home just under $6,000. So you can definitely get yourself a pretty good bike for that cash. Now we see it on through as Sebastian Kuhn goes down. Sebastian went right there, so he's going to have to deal with the soreness in the morning of that crash. Now Timothy moves on 3 here. As you can see, Quinton, Casey, and Nils counting for Team Cycling Up, but Quinton, the captain, is far up the road. You've got Ben in second place with Timothy in 5th, and then you have to look far down to Jennifer Garcia in 14th place for the counter for Team Hive here. But now there's 3 points to the difference in second place here. 3 points as Quinton and Timothy move back and forth here. Let's go in to see who is going to take the win. We're on the final lap of racing. Ben Shuilong versus Casey Shum. Timothy Tamont versus Quinton Molyneux. A tale as old as time. The rivalry lives on as they go. 1 kilometer left here. And the scoreboard, 3 points is still the difference. It goes down to Jennifer, down in 14th place. It comes up to Timothy. Can he catch Casey? Can Ben Shuilong catch Carl Axel Sander? These are the questions being asked in order to move on up. 1 kilometer to go. 3 seconds to Carl. 3 seconds to Casey behind him. How is Carl Axel Sander looking on the front? He comes through the congestion here. He moves on through. He's been phenomenal today. And the lead is now above 100 points for the fantastic racers of velocity today. Carl Axel Sander 2 seconds back here. As you can see the scoreboard just down below, it's 3 points to the difference between second and third. Casey Shum knows he's got this too. He knows that as long as he doesn't let Timothy catch him, he is fine. So it becomes this mental warfare game of trying to outthink your opponent, trying to outbully your opponent. And Ben Shuilong in second place here. He does not have uncrashable left. Casey Shum does. He pushes on through here as we're going to see Casey Shum with the uncrashable, just making sure he doesn't fall down. But on the front, with 100 meters to go, it is Carl Axel Sander, the Swedish chef. He sits up, he wipes the sweat off his face, he celebrates once more. He's got finishing boulevard here as Ben Shuilong is coming awfully close to him, but he doesn't come around as they cross the finish line. Timothy Tamont will beat Quinton, but 4 points goes in the favor of Team Cycling Hub. But winning the race, also winning the Omnium, is Team Velocity at the top. Luis down in 9th. He will cross the line next. A day to forget for Cognition. Reset and go again. Niels Heldens next across the line. Whew, let's load up the instant replay and let's have a word with the Swedish chef, because he has had a great steak in the oven today. We're on the even cooking a good one there. Carl Axel Sander, how proud are you right now of you and your team?
Oh, yeah, it was excellent. Did we win it, by the way?
right now, on the scoreboard, you are 110 points ahead of second place, so it looks that way.
All right. All right. Okay, we can talk out of that. Yeah, I'm super happy today. Excellent work by the team, and I guess I probably myself I had the best race I had so far. So yeah, really happy. Just digging it and doing no mistakes. So yeah, happy about that.
I think I could just hear Vibeke or Beth say, "Great job, team." Talk to me about the team effort, because this was a team effort today.
Yeah, really. Like the second, probably the second race was probably, I don't know, I want to be bragging, but must be one of the better kind of team efforts that's been done. At least races without power up. Textbook example of team breakaway, and yeah, I guess. You to decide. You're watching.
Oh, it was amazing, Carl. I think everybody leaves that one feeling like, wow. But now Carl, next week, it's your target on the back. It's your bullseye they'll be coming for. Is Velocity equipped to handle that kind of pressure?
Oh, yeah, we will see next week. I would say probably not, but, I think this this race was, the best mindset we had, into the race so far. Not staying nervous all day, but staying focused and relaxed. And I think we all raced the best, and not crazing out and doing stupid things. Yeah. I think we will do our best, maintain this kind of mindset and flow we got now.
I like the brutal honesty of saying probably not equipped, but we'll see. I'll just.
I don't want to jinx it.
All fair, Carl. I'll let you get back to your team. Fantastic all around. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Second place today, and I don't know how they salvaged it because it was looking dire on Echelon, but I mean, class always prevails in the end. Quinton, Casey, you guys have been phenomenal. Quinton, we've got you on stream here. It got rather dicey towards the end between you and Team Hive. I saw a block by Ben, and I saw some moves in there. What was the experience like as it was coming down to the very finale?
It's like you said, it was very tense, and it became very close. I thought I was gonna launch it like when I did with my power-ups, and then I got a little bit unlucky, and Ben pulled off a great block to slow me down. Which made it very close in the end between me and Timothy. But, I mean, wow, what did Velocity eat this morning? I want that breakfast, because that is a little bit more powerful than the thing I ate on Tuesday, I think. Props to them for an amazing effort.
Yeah, I mean, this has been long in the making. It feels like they've been ever so close, but, I mean, the question is, Quinton, do you think they're able to do that again next Saturday?
I don't know. I do know one thing. I'll have to have a talk with the devil, because I didn't arrange this thing. We said only one race to lose, but with this is the second one we lose, so I have to talk to the devil for a second.
Go back and renegotiate. That's all I'm hearing. Quinton, good racing. Proud second place from you guys. This is only week 4, so we're only at the halfway point. Wow. Quinton Molyneux, everybody, and also Casey Shum, who we'll see more of in Zone L. Third place, Team Hive and Timothy Termont. Timothy, you got very close in the end. You were only 4 points off. Ben came within meters of catching Carl. Are you guys happy with the third place and the podium finish?
Overall, we're quite happy. We had a good start on Echelon. Some great work there. But I didn't have the scoreboard open, because the game lags a little bit for me when the scoreboard is open, so I didn't know how close it was. If I knew it was only 4 points, man, I would have gone earlier to try to catch Casey, but yeah, it is what it is. I think that's why Quinton didn't try and sprint with me, because he knew he would win. He would get second anyway. So yeah, I did think why is he not coming with me? But yeah, he knew he was going to get second anyway, so. Yeah, that was really fun racing. Tough, but really fun. I'm happy to do it again on controller now.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you coming in on controller, Timothy. Good racing all around in that one. Now, I am going to be racing you guys on a controller here, so you better be bringing your A game, because I'm expecting...
You're going to try, but yeah.
Well, we'll see. I think we got it. But Timothy Tamont, good luck here in the racing next up and good racing today. Fourth place, we had Cognition, which took home 402 points. They were led by Luis, Sober, and Nice today. He looks to be still around. We see him. Luis saved it there and dashed against the rocks. Good legs coming towards the end. What is it about dashed against the rocks?
Well, it's a very technical course. I managed not to crash this time, which was a plus. But man, I mean, the teams really brought it up today. Seb was awesome. He kind of saved face for us. But kudos to the team. They all gave it all. Modi came in even with a little bit of a cold. So he took one for the team. So awesome. But hey, we'll try to get next time. Congrats to Velocity and the other teams.
Yes, so what is it when you go back to the drawing board? Because it was quite a contrast of two worlds, Luis. Last week, you guys were at the top of the moon. Today, back to rebuilding the rockets. What needs to be changed for next week?
Well, I think, Seb is by far the strongest in our team right now. So
I think we may have just lost Luis as somebody may be joining in to do the controller racing. So it's a shame. Love to have heard what Luis was saying there on the phone road. But I was challenged by DK Mansuni. And now this is a bit of an interesting predicament because I will always be one to take up a challenge, but it's still about the community because here's the predicament we're in, that if somehow I was to be able to take up the front, you'd see me here, but you've also got Casey, you've got the rest in here, so we'll see how it goes, everybody. Mansuni, best thing you can do is beat me so we can bring together all the talks in here. See, Luis has just come back in. Luis, sorry for cutting you off short. I'm not sure what happened there. Do you want to finish your train of thought? Oh, I think he's just gone once more, so somebody must be trying to join that call without any success. If you are trying to join a vMix call right now, I'm not sure why you're joining that one, but that is one of the calls of our current setup. But anyway, we've got Zone L coming up next. What did you guys think of it? Because we had about 80 to 100 viewers in between that, watching the broadcast here, seeing all the racing unfold. Who were you favorites of? Were you happy that Velocity won? Were you cheering for somebody else? I know that DK Mansuni is like over the moon, as I saw him in the chat. Glenn was in there, Mott KG. Now we go again with Zone L. Can get a word here from Casey Shum because I believe he's one of the better riders on a controller. Casey, any advice you can give out to a newbie racing controller for the first time?
Don't wreck. Game's over if you wreck. So know your corner speeds. Stay to the outside in the corners if there's multiple riders around.
We'll see if we can apply the lessons learned. 2 minutes and 30 seconds until we go. Casey, from your point of view, from Team Cycling Hub today, you showed like glimpse of brilliance once more. Cypher R Loop, is that the one you're most proud of today?
Yeah, that was good. Strategy worked out there. Quentin and I worked really hard. Chris and Niels absolutely shot us out like a cannon off the start. I mean, Chris Pritchard had me with a 5-second gap on everybody, even Niels and Quentin, out of the gun. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Kudos to Velocity, man. Like, they just what I said to my team when we were done is there's nothing to hang our heads about because even if you add up all our mistakes, it wasn't enough to beat Velocity. So, I mean, we learned a little bit about how the game play on some of those works a little bit today that we could have improved on. But, I mean, there isn't really a lot of mistakes that were made as much as maybe being in a little different position here and there. But, yeah, I mean, that was close and that was hard. On that climb, they just flat rode me off their wheel, and they just kept rotating and abusing us. And kudos to them. That was fun. That was good.
Could you give an example of what you're looking at to improve for next week?
You're asking for insider info. Okay, so one thing we recognize today is the farther back you're in those big pelotons, the more you kind of get a yo-yo effect when the pace isn't perfectly constant on the front. So maybe riding fourth wheel, you don't get bounced around as much, but if you're riding eighth wheel, you might get slowed down a little bit more. And I want to be careful there. That wasn't a product of blocking. There wasn't any of that kind of going on in those. It's just a product of a little speed difference at the front gets magnified for every single rider through the pack. So it just exponentially grows as you get farther back, how much that yo-yo happens.
Got it. That was also very evident in the racing today. It's just like real life. The further back you are, the more of the effect you're going to feel every single attack. We saw Jennifer, we saw Kayla, and a few more at the back feeling the effects. But thank you for, as always, Casey, sharing it. Mutt KG also appreciates it and shares her thanks. So, Casey, good luck in Echelon, and by the way, you're going down. You're going down. We're gonna try this. I am racing as Victor Lundqvist in the racing here, so I'm on Victor's Swedish account. So we'll see how it goes. I've got my controller. This is a way to round out a really fun week of racing. We've had Tuesday, which has been brilliant. Thursday has been awesome. I enjoy it. I mean, standing here, it just every single time you're just left feeling like, can we do that again? Can I just like? It's like you read a good book, you watch a good movie, and come the end of it, you kind of just want to forget you've seen it, you forgot you reading it, and you read it, and you want to do it again. You want to live it all over as we go. But into the broadcast here with me, if we can turn on some audio so you're not just watching me. I think we got Wim Moisen joining us in as Casey goes down. Take that, Casey. We got Wim Moisen in here. Wim, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine.
You're fine.
Can you?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm just still seeing my face, so I wasn't sure if your audio was on. Now, could you give me some advice? What's the corner speed up here in this corner?
Brake now.
Oh, I'm not braking enough. Oh, I'm not even sure where I am now. We're on. This is the issue when you've got a different person on the screen. We'll see. Oh, I got myself now. I got myself. Any tips and tricks, Wim, that you can share from this?
Get in the draft and don't lose it like me.
Oh, I see you've lost it. It's me up there on the right. You gonna get back in?
No, I lost it. I need to brake late.
Why does this always happen to you, Wim?
I get a bit scared, I think.
Don't blame you. I don't blame you. Wim, we've also got Glenn up near the front here. Glenn, I've seen you watch in the chat. What did you think of the CVRcade World Cup earlier today?
Man, I'm still recovering, and I'm just a viewer. Like, it was some great racing all around. Big props to Velocity, congratulations, and yeah, that was just a big effort from everybody. And also, like the tractor beam was really interesting to see.
Was that your highlight? Was tractor beam the best thing?
Yeah, probably, and the massive effort from Team Hive on the first one, but yeah, I mean, tractor beam was really, really cool to see.
Well, being on your screen there, I had no clue where I was in the corner, so I had to break down. So me and Wim are leading the charge down in third place. Come on, Wim. Come on. This is the one and only time I'll be racing controller with you guys here on stream. So, Wim, we've got to win this, Wim. There's Mansuni behind us, Timothy's behind us, Casey Shum is helping out Quinton, so he's letting him come on quicker. How do we catch Glenn from here? I'll let Wim, strategist, Wim, how do we catch Glenn from here?
You should take the lead because you have a few wattage more, and we should work together.
I'm full on giving it everything here, but I'm not coming through.
Maybe you don't have the best draft.
Oh no! 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 Oh, it's so difficult watching yourself race from another person's perspective. Not sure that's very good, but I'm sorry, Wim. You're on your own. You're on your own, Wim. I'm here down with Timothy. It even had the exceeded corner speed. That's like being booed out at your own show. This is difficult, guys. How Aaron does this? How the rest do it? As Timothy does not want to give me a draft here. I actually think I'm giving Timothy a slight draft here. Timothy. Now you are my partner in crime here, Timothy. How do we get back? Without supers, how do we get back?
We got to slingshot each other every time. So first, you currently gave me like only 3% of a draft. So you move.
Which way? Left?
Well, you're not gonna move right, are you?
That was a question. I'm not Glenn. You can't just throw me around, Timothy.
So now I'm passing you.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting negative draft, but we got a break. I'm way too late.
Yes,
Yikes.
you are. Oh, Mansuni, sit down!
Oh!
Sorry, it's too much fun. Now that I'm actually involved in the
That's
racing.
rude. Yeah, that's rude.
My executive producer has helped me out, so I've got the secondary screen now as well, watching it. So
Wait, is Victor racing instead of you?
no,
Can
I
we
am
get-
Victor. So Victor's account
No, I
is
know.
attached to this.
But there's no proof.
Well, if Victor was racing, we'd be down in 17th place right now, so big difference.
Wow!
Alright,
Wow!
now,
Oh, meanwhile, Glenn's winning this. What's happening?
well, we all know Glenn across 4 events is going to start to struggle, Timothy.
Oh, definitely. He's
How are
already
you
tired.
moving around me like I'm not even there?
Yeah. You would think once you commentate all these races you know about the game, but apparently not.
Guys, can we just
I'm not bullying, I swear.
This is harsh. This is harsh. It's fine. 1 kilometer to
crash.
go.
Don't crash.
Wim has crashed. Oh, what did you say,
Yeah.
Timothy? What did you say?
I think Glenn wants to say something. Go to Glenn.
You want to go to Glenn? Glenn, what do you want to say?
Nothing really to say. I mean, it's pretty easy here up front, so just riding it out, you know.
Well, don't worry, it gets tougher. You've got some more coming. You got Lake Bend coming up next. Do you actually know that map?
I do know the map, but as you said, you know me, I'm gonna struggle. You know, 4 races is not my thing, so.
You know, we need to get Frank Garcia in here. I think Frank playing while trash talking. This could become this is like WWE. It's like everybody trash talking each other, racing it. But Glenn, 300 meters to go. I would be very surprised if you messed this up. What was the secret to success on this one?
I think not crashing is quite a big one, and yeah, there's nothing really to it.
Oh, I like how Wim is 1 second behind me, but he just cannot catch up, unless I somehow mess this up. Nope. 2nd place. That was fun. That is so fun. Frank tried, just missed it, eating. Well, Frank should get into the next one. We've got Lake Bend, we got Cypher R Loop, dashed against the rocks. I think the next one's going to be difficult. Frank is actually in here now, so now Casey versus Frank can continue, which I think is the main event everybody is here for. First of all, Frank, welcome to the stream. What did you think of the World Cup racing?
I thought it was excellent. Velocity definitely getting a surprise in that one race and getting the big 100-point lead that they would never look back on. So I thought that was awesome by Velocity.
Now, you and Casey, I don't think you actually duked up against each other in Zone T on Thursday, so this will be the first time since Thursday. Are you ready? Do you feel prepared to take on Casey?
Do you need to be ready to take on Casey? I mean,
I don't know.
You just got to do what you do, right? So I haven't raced these tracks at all. Some new tracks. I like Lake Bend. It's a little gray for me. There's some splotches of grass. This must be out in Arizona somewhere, but with some mesquite trees is all I can think about. We need some horses and cattle out here to complete the effect.
Yeah, I'm also looking for the lake. I haven't seen it yet, so it might be on here, but I've just completely missed it due to watching the racers. I'm getting eyes from my producer here.
You haven't, by the way, you haven't been out to Arizona because we have things called rivers that are just look to most people like a bunch of sand.
Yeah.
But once or twice a year, they do actually have water in them.
Wow. I need to see that before I believe it. Well,
Oh, well, all I got to do is visit Tucson, and like I said, it's not often that they actually have water.
well, I'm excited. We can go to
And it looks like
Casey's.
we're having a drought here. There's definitely water out here. I don't know. You must be blind, but it does look like there's a bit of a drought because it's way down.
I have no clue how I didn't see that across 3 laps of this. But I think that's testament to how exciting the racing was, because like you could not take your eyes off the riders.
Yeah, I wonder, I know we've been doing the same tracks with the controllers that we've been doing on the physical, but it seems like, higher skill tracks ought to be a little bit more appropriate, because I think this is just who's got endurance in their forefinger
I was gonna say.
to hold down the controller.
But
I mean, even you could do well on this course, Justin.
yeah, I got second in the last one. Well, Victor got second. I got second in the last one. So just let's see. But could you really handle the amount of crashes you'd have on sudden lane change, Frank?
I think I would destroy people on sudden lane change, but that's just me, right?
I can see this stream will never end, guys, because what will happen is we'll go to the end of the fourth event and Frank will go, Dark Matavello, sudden lane, this is it, guys, come on. Can't end in last place.
Wow.
Hey, you said trash talk.
We'll see who has more points at the end, even though I've spotted you a race.
We'll see. Frank Garcia, everybody, he'll be in the racing here. As I see, we're also getting Kayla Laguna, who'll be racing, or not, which I don't think she'll be racing, but we do have Casey in here. Casey, Frank says he doesn't really need to prepare to race you. Do you take personal offense to that?
Nah, that's all right. We'll see how it goes. I made a mistake in the last race and went back and just pulled Quentin along. He got a new trainer, so he's riding that trainer, getting it out of cadet mode right now. So we were having a little fun back there as a team. But we'll see what we got. I didn't prepare for any of these tracks. I mean, I know sci-fi and Dash Against the Rocks pretty well, but not from a controller perspective. So I've got no idea what I've got here. I'm also not like super concentrating because I'm not on. I need to get off the bike and on the stool to get real serious here.
On the bar stool.
So far I haven't found a corner yet that I can wreck in on this track. So we'll see.
Well, let the index championships begin. Let's see who's got the strongest index finger, or whichever else power finger people have been using. We got Glenn, who's currently leading. Glenn, I think, have you won an Omnium yet? Have you won a zone?
I don't think so, no. A few races, but yeah, like you said, an Omnium is not really my thing, so.
Oh, you start
maybe
off
today.
strong. You've got
today.
competition today with Mansuni, Frank, you got Wim, you got Casey. Is today your day couldn't be on your birthday, but is it gonna be a delayed birthday gift?
Maybe we'll see.
No, everybody's so non-committal these days. It's like, Carl, are you guys gonna you're gonna double up next week? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, okay, I see how it goes. Where's Quentin? Can we get him back? 50 seconds. Good luck, Glenn. Good luck the rest of the controllers. If you're just tuning in, we've had Zone K already today. That was the CVRcade World Cup Week 4 races. Now we're swapping to controller racing. And my fellow Dane, DK Mansuni, was like, Jesper, when are you going to race with us? When are you going to get on a controller? And at first I didn't see it. And then TruthXX went in the chat going, Jesper, you always ignore us. You never listen to the chat. I'm like, I didn't see it. I'll race controller. I'll race. We'll see how it goes. It's all fine. A little Sep story. Yes, very much so. What KG? I think that runs deep in the community. We'll see how this one pans out. As Leg Bend is a long flat with a hill in the middle. We'll see how it pans out. As name of the game is, whatever you do, do not crash. As all the controller riders are out of the gun here in one long line trying to get the draft. There's no wind on this one, so you've got a drafting percentage. I've right now got about 32% draft, but I am stuck in the middle of Frank, Wim, and I got Timothy, and I've got who is that in the other? It's Glenn in the Hive Kid. As I come through Frank, oh, I've got to be careful if I crash here. I might crash. Nope, I stay upright. This is very, very difficult. Like, the controller players make it look very easy. Like, just holding down the control... Well, the thing is, the other... Oh, there goes Mansuni. Mansuni goes, boom, there is the dynamite. Mod KG, when are you going to get in? If I can multitask with talking and racing, I'm sure that you can get in here moderating and racing as well. As Glenn on the inside. I'm actually getting negative 2% draft. So, I'm just going to stay in my current position. Wim, yet to crash today? Or I think you had maybe one crash on Echelon. You ready for Leg Bend?
Yes. Yeah, yeah. I just have to figure out what is the best draft.
What is the best draft?
It's not always right behind someone. That's something I learned.
Really? Are you
Yeah.
sure?
But I'm not sure yet. On Xbox, you can see if there's wind or not.
That most of the time it's when there's
That's
wind.
my excuse.
Could you move over to the left, Wim? I'm trying to move in here, and you're taking up my lane. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. I had like now I have negative 5% draft here. I'm gonna definitely pull a Wim and get shut out this group. We'll see as I sit on the back 20%. So the reason I'm looking over here, guys, is I've got a second monitor, which is the one that we usually cover with the second screen on the side-by-side view. And so I'm using that stuck on me. So we got the racing here and here, usually where the racing is, but it's all together. I'm not even sure. You can't really crash here. It's gonna be like if you slide out into a competitor. Like Casey is trying to force Wim to make a mistake. He's trying to force me and Frank to make a mistake here as he sits like third lane. So he gets control, but then Timothy Tamont is trying to do the same, but then Timothy got dropped out the back. Oh, we'll see. Mutt KG says, I think Jesper should eat at the same time. We do have some more of that leftover candy. We have a lot of the United States candy that Vanessa and you did send over. Victor has been absolutely devouring it because he loves everything. But yeah, we still have some of the, like the Fuego, what were they called? Fuego something, the hot, I'm not sure. Victor is keeping it for a special day. We're not allowed to open until like a YouTube channel releases a video. So we're waiting as we've crested the hill for the first time. Frank, how is your index finger holding up?
It's starting to cramp, so I don't know if I'll be able to make the last 9.3 kilometers.
I mean, it's gonna be hard. You need like the Eye of the Tiger soundtrack coming in. You need some Rocky Balboa. Ooh.
Go, go, go! Come on!
That's sneaky.
Go fast!
Oh, Glenn goes down, but that's sneaky,
Go fast.
Frank. I see what you're doing
fast.
there,
Come
Frank. You know when you go up against the maker of the game, everybody, it feels like Frank knows things, but Frank lets me come through. He goes down. By the way, we saw Glenn go down. Glenn, is the pressure coming to you?
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know why I changed lanes, but yeah, I changed lanes to overlap the wheels and yeah, I crashed.
Oh,
So
Casey did the same as well. And then
we
there
might.
was 4.
I might, work with Casey here to come back. We'll see.
Oh, I like it. If you two can close a 10-second gap, I'd be very impressed. On the front, you got a 3-man line here. Timothy, do you want to make a deal? Do you want a 2 versus 2 here?
I mean, you're not wearing the kit, so
Ah.
a bit disappointed there.
I blame
but,
Victor.
yeah.
I blame Victor.
Oh yeah, it's Victor's account. Yeah, Victor.
But,
oh my God.
by the way, Vim and Frank, you heard nothing. You heard nothing. Just forget anything was ever said. But to be fair, Timothy, you don't have the best track record with partners in Derny Cups.
Excuse me? That was lag, okay?
31. That was so funny. That highlight has gone live. I seem to see Wim struggling near the back.
That was
again.
not in the journey.
Oh, it's the race after the Derny Cup, yes. Wim, where are you at?
Yeah, once again, I lost the draft.
Oh.
And I have no super or power-ups to come back, so I will try to figure something out.
Hey, you got the inside line there. You're slowly gaining on us. If you just take the inside line, Wim, you'll get back.
And I can slide out now in the corners where you can slide out without
can.
crashing into you.
You're catching up to Timothy. We've lost Timothy. Frank and I off into the distance. We ride once more. Timothy has lost the draft, but he gets Wim. Where'd you go, Timothy?
I went back for Wim.
Oh,
I thought it was audio. That I was telling. I'm coming back for you, Wim. But yeah, we're catching. We're catching.
I don't think so. I mean, which power button is going to give out first, mine or yours?
Let me text Victor real quick. 1 second.
Hey, he does have his phone out right next to me, so I don't trust you. Jennifer says, "Rip Timo," so she has no faith in you.
Wow, come on, Jennifer.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's her dad. I can give her that. It's her dad up there. Yeah. She's not rooting for you. I can tell you that much.
Wow. Well, to be fair, I mean, it's Victor. You've got to root for Victor. But Frank, Are we just riding off into the sunset together?
Yes, I like riding off into the sunset together.
I like the sound of that.
It's
Mutt
a great
KG,
concept.
Look away, Mutt KG. Look away. But this is interesting. Like how you lose the draft like that is interesting to go back and watch how Wim lost the draft, how Timothy waited up. Because Timothy, you're not getting back. Like unless Frank pulls a block here, you're not coming back in.
You say that. I got some tactics. If Win can work with me a bit, I got some tactics.
Well, Casey and Glenn are having a duel with Mansuni further back. Quentin, Vanessa, and Nigel is riding it. Now we need to figure out how do I beat Frank here. I've got to somehow beat Frank. It's going to come down to the finale here. The last lap, 4.7 kilometers to go. I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, it says... I was so annoyed it's on your account, Vic. It's almost like he planned this. There's a Swedish icon down there, so it's all the same. But 4.4 Ks to go. Frank in the draft. He looks solid. I'll move on through. Last lap coming up. Frank's definitely trying to force a mistake here. But he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. He's down behind me. Not a single crash so far. I mean, if I just keep this up, I don't really know. I need words of wisdom. Can we turn on Casey Shum here? Can we have the Mr. Miyagi? Casey, I'll pay you 10 Jesper points. How do I beat Frank?
It's going to be tough, but you got to be able to, it's back to car racing. You got to get on his wheel, and you got to let a little bit of a gap go, and you got to slingshot him.
So it's all about timing?
And he can try to block you.
Oh.
You can also go faster that way, too. If you can slingshot him and clear him, then he does the same to you. If you keep yo-yoing, you can make up time.
That was lucky, Frank. I almost had him. Almost. Now, Frank's going to claim it's skill, but we'll see about that one. So can we turn on Frank's audio? Sorry, Frank, you're on now.
There was no luck in that. I'm sorry you don't have the skills.
Isn't that what all racers say? Whenever there's a slight misfortune or someone makes a play, you're like, oh, it's luck. I'll never do it again. So I'm learning from the best guys. But Casey says timing is important. We will see. Mutt KG, what do you think? Who's gonna win? Frank Garcia or Victor Lundqvist? Which are the two riders do you think is gonna win this event? Pick carefully. Pick very, very carefully. As Frank moves over. Maybe if he can come through here, it's all part of the plan. So I've got -6 drafts currently. 2.4 cc. This is very for just holding down. Oh, thanks, Mark KG. Thank you for just holding down the trigger. It's actually rather tactical because if we time it incorrect, you can't really come around at the very end. So we'll see. There's 60 points for the winner here, 52 for second, 2.1 kilometers to go. As we've got the camera operator changing to a side by side. The only reason we're doing this week, guys, is to round off the week. I was challenged to join the racing, so we have to. When the gauntlet gets thrown, you've got to pick it up and you've got to run with it, and that's what we're doing here. I've got a ping of 450 apparently, so I've just noticed that. We'll see. So far, haven't really paid any attention to it. Hasn't really been. You haven't been able to feel it. We got a 2-second gap down to Wim and Timothy, 10-second gap down to Casey and Mansuni, then a 4-minute gap down to Quentin. 1.4 kilometers to go. Frank is happy now. Next up, we got Sci-Far or Loop, which is much more technical than this. You've got to be careful of the crashes. Same goes for Dashed Against the Rocks. Both maps, not that much practice on, so we'll see. We'll see. I can have the glory on this one, but it all comes down to the end. 35% draft is currently what I'm experiencing. We've come over the top, and we're now on the descent. Can I channel my inner Claudius Kuhn, is the question. Can you find it within yourself to come around the very last minute and push past? So we'll see. 700 meters to go. Now I've got to somehow come around. Frank's got the inside line here. He's just going to win, I think. There's no way that he's got the inside line. I've just realized I'm snookered. If I take a risk and then time it with the draft, no! I had to try to win. I had to try. I was snookered. I didn't take second place. I realized Frank outsmarted me. I was so busy thinking about how to somehow beat him, but Oops. Sorry, Mark KG. Sorry. GG, Frank, what's your winning spiel?
I took you out there. You didn't even realize it. Like I thought you were going to take the outside line and make me slow down, but instead you almost had the right idea, and then you just gave it back to me, and I was like, oh, you're going to go out the back.
I snookered myself in thinking that I was snookered. I outsmarted myself by thinking I was. This is, guys. I'm just out of here. It's good racing, Frank. That was a lot of fun. Third place.
That sounds like Princess Bride and what is it? Ica something powder.
Nope. I've actually not seen the movie yet. I know all the references.
You've never seen Princess
No.
Bride? Oh,
No.
Oh my. That's just a travesty. It's one of my favorite all-time movies. My wife absolutely can't stand it whenever it comes up on replay, because I'll sit there and watch it and she's like, how many times can you watch the same movie? And the answer is many.
I'm watching the replay of the finale there again. Oh no, so devastating, guys. But still at the top of the leaderboard. We'll see. Mark KG also says, "Oh my God, Jesper, you have to watch Princess Bride." But Mark KG, you know what's gonna happen now? I'm gonna go watch Princess Bride, but in doing so, so is Frank. So you brought this upon yourself now. I think Wim got second place. Wim, slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, when I saw you crashing, I thought I'd take it a little bit slower so I won't crash.
Oh, well, it worked out for you in the end. Good finale. I think you beat Timothy, waiting for him. You, me, Timothy, half a point between the top of us. Glenn, 2 points between us. So, I mean, let's just say I did that for the sake of entertainment, right? Isn't that how you guys play it off? Well,
Yeah, it is really close right now.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be very, very good. Good luck, Glenn. Sorry, good luck, Wim, in this one. I'm gonna go talk to Glenn, because despite crashing in the last one, Glenn, you find yourself in fourth here. Cypher or a loop. How are the nerves holding up?
The nerves are okay. I mean, at this point, like, I don't know, like the racing is cursed for me. I think
It's cursed.
like I can't win an Omnium, so I'm just gonna ride it out. We'll see. We'll probably crash a bunch of times. So
Timothy, can we turn on Timothy's audio as well? Timothy, why can Glenn not win an Omnium?
Because he needs to get better, obviously.
Glenn, you gotta get better.
got
Did you
him.
hear that?
Just like Call of
Yeah.
Duty.
yeah.
I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, I don't want to say it, but I said it.
Okay.
There's 1.5 point between Timothy and Glenn here, and Timothy is going, look at the scoreboard! Look at the scoreboard!
Let me have it, Jasper.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's jinxing it, but good luck, Timothy, good luck, Glenn, in this next one. Mansuni, not currently on the stream, but he's fighting it out with Casey. Casey, I anticipate you're the favorite for this race, with the level of tactical prowess required to win and the patience. Are you just going to walk away with this one?
I don't know about that. Both of the wrecks that I've had previously were like just wheel overlap misjudgments, so I could do the same thing here. There's no easy way to get out of traffic on most of these, and there's more controllers now, so there's just more traffic. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know the corner speeds and I know what I have to do, but executing it is completely different.
How many Jesper points for me to have a look at your notebook of maps?
I don't have a notebook for this one.
How many Jesper points for me to look inside your brain and steal all the corner speeds?
I think I did 20 laps on this course earlier today on the controller. So yeah, I know how to wreck and how not to wreck on this one.
Okay, big words from Casey Shop.
What the question is how many Jesper points will you give me if I pull you with my tractor beam?
No, because you're just gonna do the opposite. You're gonna pull it and then you're just gonna slam on the brakes and be like, "Well, tractor beam." So, no, I'm not. I see that trap. I'm gonna avoid it.
Don't trust me, huh?
I trust you, but you're also very clever. So, no, I just don't trust you. Not in racing. Not in racing. It's all fair, Casey. Good luck. You got Tractor Beam, we've got Power Plant, Razor's Edge, and Path of Least Resistance coming up. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. This is indeed the map with the Garcia corner. Is Frank going to crash? We'll see. Is Jennifer going to get in on a controller? Perhaps, hopefully so. But we'll see. We got Mansuni, Casey, Wim, Timothy, Vic, got Glenn, and then we've got Frank Garcia at the bottom on the controllers. You've got Vanessa Murahan, you got Nigel Doyle, and Quinton Molyneux all riding physically here. So 2 races remain. The scoreboard is incredibly close at the top. 2 points is the difference between top 4. This is going to be a fun one. Tractor Beam. Timothy has already used his on me once in here, slowing me down, so probably see more of it. What about DK? What about Wim? Have they practiced with this set of supers? They're on Xbox. Maybe they haven't had the same experience. Will that come to play? We'll see. Jennifer Garcia says no cable. Go. Oh, there it is. Mod KG. I was about to say, Mod KG goes, I'll buy you one. I'm not, like, this cable probably cost less than you could win in, like, the Derny Cup or the Solo Cup or the World Cup. Like, it probably cost, like, £2 or $2. So, definitely an investment worth making. But here we go. Can we just secondary screen, we're trying to catch up to me, and I am there. Let's go. We've got everything going here out of the gun. Glenn had the same idea as me. Casey had the same idea as me, all using our supers straight out of the gate here, as it's going to be a fascinating race. We're in the lead, everybody. We've got the advantage. We're with Casey Shum. We're out. Can we just stop the race, guys? Can we just, here, time out. Oh, Casey comes on through. And now he's trying to force a mistake, guys. This is Casey Shum 101. He's going to sit on my outside. Oh, he's going to be nice. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't know the quarter speed. I don't know the quarter speed. Oh, do you not need to brake? Oh, you need to brake. Yeah, Frank goes down. Frank has had a crash. But Casey definitely knew that corner speed much better than I did. Path of least resistance from Masuni. That's probably a good idea. I'll do the same. Let's go accelerating. Hopefully Amazon can ship it by the last race. I mean, we live quite close to an Amazon delivery place, so you can actually get same-day delivery. So we come up upon Casey Shum here. Let's dish out some of that lovely Casey Shum medicine. Open up wide. Let's see, can I get Casey Shum to... Oh, he slows. He slows. Can we get him? Oh, no. Oh, so... Casey, could you just crash just once? Just so we can have the highlight. Oh. Casey knows. Guys, Casey knows. Nope, we're going to stick here, Casey. We're going to stay here, you and I. We're not going to move. Can we turn on Casey's audio? Oh. I think I'm just accidentally taking Casey out currently more so than helping myself.
How well do you know the corner speeds, Jesper?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm just doing whatever you're doing. Oh. We're coming up to Garcia corner, though. So we'll see how that one plays out.
38.
I don't trust you. Not a chance. Oh, I went way too low. Oh, never mind. Maybe not. Maybe it is 38.
Just wait for it. Yep, right here.
The amount of people you've seen crash in this corner. Oh! Lucky. That's good. Frank is practicing for the crash in his corner. Yeah, we'll
like
see.
35 if you don't want to slide.
Okay, I'm way too quick into this corner. I'm way too quick.
Yep.
That's us out, Casey. If everybody in the front can just wait up, everybody. Time out. Casey Shum has crashed, everybody. This is CVRcade royalty. Can we just all agree to tow him back? Oh, Timothy with a... Is that... No, first... Yeah, I think it is. I think it is the tractor beam being used there on Mansuni. 85. It's not. It's Razor's Edge. For a second, it looked like the particles of tractor beam were just ending there, but it is not. Timothy, you've got all the pressure on you. You've got you and Mansuni, the only two that didn't go down. Are you going to crash?
Hell no, I got this. But just some info, I think on the controller, it was definitely a waste to use your power-ups at the start. Because you used them, but we were right in the draft, and because the equalize watts is so high, we just went with you guys. So I think that was the waste and a mistake from you guys.
Wow, Timothy Timot with just the brutal honesty, even though no one asked for it. Timothy.
You
I
don't
agree.
just
I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. It's funny though,
Okay.
but yes, it seems to be
Alright,
the
I'll
less
be nice
optimal choice. But also not crashing would have helped. We're on the final kilometer though here.
I mean, that's like even if you didn't crash, I'd still had the power up left. So
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. Oh, Casey, almost. We're in the lead, everybody. We've got a chance. We've got a chance. You just gotta beat out the best riders on CVRcade on a controller and physical. No difficult task, right? Everybody comes to the corner. Wim doesn't know the corner speed. I don't know the corner speed, but we're good. We're good. Glenn versus me. You got Timothy on the front versus Mansuni. He looks to be set. You can see Glenn's laser focus as Casey Shum is 1 second off the back here. We had the magical words of wisdom from Casey Shum saying us the corner speed, but I think I broke too early. Ooh! That feeling. Timothy Tamont comes on through. Oh, this is Slide Out City. Slide Out City. This is where everyone crashed last time. Timothy Tamont wins the race. Mansuni, solid secondary spot. Glenn, oh, Casey, get out of here. Casey, get out of here. Get out of here. Casey, get out of here. Oh, have I mentioned I hate you, Casey? I'm just
Got him.
just get out of here. Where's the beat on when you need one? Where is the beat on? Well done, Casey. That was good effort. Wim as well. Mansuni, Timothy, Glenn. Then that shapes up the podium to a very close finish. Timothy in the lead, Glenn second, but Casey Shum, great effort on that one. That was fun. I enjoyed that one. Let's see the highlights once more. So we've got one race left here on Dashed against the Rocks. It looks like Frank has crashed too many times, and it looks like he's left the broadcast. So seems like it's in Casey's favor. The grows the lead. Colin Tempest says everyone is on a controller today. For the second set of races, yes, for Sonel controller racing, we're having a bit of fun. Glenn clawing it back here. Timothy, we've heard from him. Glenn, you came back in the end. You sit second overall here. Are you gonna, top your friend on the leaderboard?
We'll try. I mean, I'm always ahead in Call of Duty anyway, so need to give him something,
Oh.
But we'll try and beat him.
What's your favorite game mode to play?
Probably gun game.
Not bad, not good. I'll allow that one for now, Glenn. Just like your second place. Maybe you can trade it in for a first place and some domination. We'll see.
We'll
so you
try.
get Casey's celebration once more. Timothy, you're in the lead. You've got 12 points down. You rode a flawless race. You even had time to dish out some constructive criticism to your competitors. This time, though, I feel like you're going to be eating the dust.
Oh, you think so, huh? Okay.
I know so.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, probably, but maybe not. We'll see. It's way more technical on the controller here, so we'll see if you're up for it, or if Glenn's up for it.
I think
I know
Wim
Casey has it, but
I think Wim wins. I think Wim walks the floor with you. I think he's got like a brush and he's like brushing you. He's like, this is Timothy Tamont's remains. Trash.
Can you handle the pressure now that you called him out like that?
I don't know. We'll go see. Wim, our resident Timothy Tamont janitor in here. Have you brought your overalls? Have you brought a bucket? Have you brought a mop?
I think I can't handle the pressure. But what I've learned for last race, I was saving up my power-ups, but I was saving up so long that the race was over. So I was using them too late. I just forgot I still had power-ups. And then I crashed because I used them at the corner.
So what did you
But
learn?
now
What did you learn from having the supers to the very end, sorry?
I have learned you should use power-ups on the straightaway and not in the corner.
Which one
And
did
if
you
you're-
use in the corner?
Yeah, I used all of them because at one point I realized, oh, this is the last lap. And I thought, oh, we do 3 or 4 laps. So I need to. Now I see we are doing 5 laps, so I need to remember that before the race and not at the last lap realizing it is the last lap.
You sure? I think it's 6 laps.
Okay. Yeah, now in my screen it says lap 1 of 5. So I have to look when the event starts if
Well,
that changed.
We'll have to ask Casey. I see 1 of 6, Casey. What do you see?
5.
Oh, Casey!
Don't listen to that. 5.
I need all the help I can get here. Oh, Casey, what you did to me was criminal.
Yeah, I felt bad about it. Do you believe me?
No, not one bit.
Timothy was right though on the start. I was actually trying to do something that probably would be calling me a troll, but you all did it, so it wouldn't have worked. It didn't work. So I was trying to get a lead and get around that first corner, and then I could tractor beam somebody over speed into that first corner. If I had a little bit of gap, I could have wrecked somebody. But the tractor beam reaches a long ways back, so if somebody's in your lane 10 seconds back, you can still grab them, which is actually what I did in the physical race. So, you didn't catch that on stream, but I actually told Chris Pritchard to move over a lane, and I told Quentin to get in the inside lane. We were like 8 seconds apart on the road, but I grabbed Quentin and pulled him.
Really?
Yeah, so if you go back and look at that and look at the replay, we actually used that in the race. I said, Chris, move to lane 2. Quentin, you're in the lead in lane 1, right? And he said, yeah. And I buried it and pulled Quentin away from the rest of the pack behind me, even though we were way separated on the road.
What I called at the time was the lost cargo comment. I'm like, you've lost Chris. Where's Chris? But I didn't even realize it carried that long.
Yeah, so a little bit of our testing, we figured that out. We were able to grab people way back. As long as you were sure you were in the same lane, it will go back and grab a person behind you. So, yeah, we used that very effectively because Quentin and Niels weren't really that far away from the group. But I was able to use mine on the second straightaway, grab Quentin, and pull him away from the pack. And then I sat up, and he closed the gap.
I wonder how far that goes. Like, if you actually tested it and see if it's all the way back.
It goes indefinitely. Quentin, I was a lap down on Quentin in testing. He was literally right in front of me, and I dropped it, and I could pull him because he was a full lap behind me. As long as they're behind you, that's the trick.
Wow, so you could technically pull somebody. That's incredible.
As long as nobody else is in the lane. Yeah, if nobody else is in the lane.
That's incredible. Well, Casey, can you just keep talking while we race this one, just so you can keep.
Yeah, I'm off the front, so I can talk all you want.
I like, despite Timothy's comments, still weight lifted. Oh, sit down, Timothy. Sit down. Oh, I should not speak too early. How did you get such a big lead, Casey?
Weight lifted.
Yeah, but that's
off
like
the start.
6-second lead.
You accelerate really fast with it.
Oh. This is embarrassing, guys. I just fell down.
This is going to be corner speed all day long. This is tough.
This is like whoever practiced the best has a major advantage. Casey in here is a good one. Glenn, Wim, and Suni.
Timothy will know all these speeds. Timothy will know all these speeds.
But Timothy crashed once.
Did he? Oh.
Yeah, he crashed in the very first lap. He overlapped the wheels with Glenn.
He tried to slide. Yeah, that's the perk of using the weight lifted off the line is you can risk this. I can risk the slide because nobody was alongside me. It's all about getting out front, like I've said before, and getting that timing down.
Yep.
I just want to keep the gap now.
But it's really practicing. Like if we went to Tiki Turns, I know that map like the back of my hand. Like that one have the best time on.
Yeah.
But Dashed Against the Rocks, I've never raced on a controller. Like it's a totally different experience because you can go so much quicker.
Like I'm full sending it here, but now I got to slam on the brakes and get over to not wreck.
Oh no, Glenn! I blame Glenn. Glenn, that's on you. I was just doing whatever you were doing, Glenn. Can we turn on Glenn's audio? Glenn, I was just going whatever you were doing.
Yeah, don't do what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely are not the best at this. Looking at the scoreboard, we're not even top 6. Glenn, we need to come back here.
Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be hard because I'm just, I can't full send it and don't really know the corner speed, so it's kind of, guessing.
Oh, you
And
gotta
I
just
guessed
full
wrong
send
2
it.
times already, so...
No, you gotta just full send it. You just gotta give it everything. Just
Yeah,
hold
well,
it down
then-
until the end.
Then we're gonna crash in every corner then.
Oh.
Like I almost did now.
Yep, I did the same thing right there. This is tricky. It's good fun.
Very
though.
tricky.
It's very addicting. Like every lap you want to improve your time. But it's like, how do professional streamers do this? Like, oh, Glenn! Goodbye, Glenn. No! 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 Glenn!
Karma.
No!
Karma.
How can professional streamers talk while... Oh, no. How can they do this at the same time? I'm impressed. We'll see, though. Can we go and disturb Timothy? Because he's currently losing. 12 points down to Wim. Timothy. Wim is in front of you. If Wim wins this, he beats you.
True. Good observation, Jasper. Good job. It took
Yeah.
you a crash to figure that out, but
Hey, I was
Good.
looking at the scoreboard.
you were doing some maths, eh? Ah, see.
Hey,
Now,
see,
I'm counting on Wim to crash again, so... once more. No,
You know-
once.
oh,
he
you
hasn't
think?
crashed yet.
I like how, by the way, you've adopted your old screen position here. I respect it. Arrow
It's-
position.
Yeah, I got it. Oh,
Oh, there he goes. Mission accomplished, everybody.
how did you see that from so far back?
you. Oh, there you go again. No.
Ah.
Oh, Casey's just walking. Never mind, Casey crashed.
Oh, Casey. Ah, he's walking with it.
Glenn crashed too. No! This is so infuriating. When you don't know the quarter speeds and you go like one tick over, you're like, yeah, like, out of here. I'm out of here. I might not even
I'll
finish
get you
this
it off
race.
the race. You crashed again.
Can we just? This is me, guys. This is me on the screen right now that you're seeing. Can we just like Photoshop my webcam over Casey's and just have it on Casey's avatar in the game? Wim, you heard Timothy say that he doesn't think you've got the composure, but you're currently only 2 points behind him. If you keep this up, you've got a chance of taking the top.
Yeah, I got a chance. Rise and Rip practice was good yesterday.
What was it in Rise and Rip? What maps did you do?
We practiced this track.
Nice. It's paying off. You're in second.
Yeah, but I need to still be focused, I think.
You know, if I
If
can
I want-
somehow beat Timothy here, that will give you the win.
If I want to beat Casey, but that will be really hard.
I believe, Wim. I believe. Come on. You can do it. I know Casey has a kind heart. Oh, no. Almost crashed again. Oh, Wim! No! Wim.
That was a pity.
Can we hear the scream? You've heard me scream, so it's only fair, I mean.
I was using words that should not be on stream.
Yeah, definitely. I feel you. Glenn crashed, Timothy crashed. Casey's actually coming back here. If Timothy doesn't stay awake here, doesn't stay on top of his game, Casey's gonna beat him. As he crashes again! Oh, Casey, I'll do my best to catch him, but I'm not very good. I'm not... Close. Timothy, you gotta keep me at bay here, otherwise you lose the Omnium.
I mean, you're basically left already, Jasper.
Oh, it is just not my day. I'm sorry, Wim. I'm sorry, Casey. I tried. I so heavily tried. But it's like the 6th crash. I've definitely gained respect for people keeping their composure during, like, when you're racing for thousands of dollars and you make one mistake. I can definitely see how temperament can rise. Mansuni, though, now in second. Glenn is up there. Timothy's leading by 5 points. Mansuni and Casey. Then Glenn is next. Glenn, you're not too far off here. If you can catch Wim, maybe catch Mansuni, you've got a chance. Do you have a strong finish in you?
I hope so. Maybe, if Wim... Oh, Wim is gonna crash. Okay, Wim crashed. Just maybe I can pass him here. Still 5 seconds. I don't know. We'll try our best.
You can do it, Glenn. You can do it. I think Wim's succumbing to the pressure here. Wim, you got Glenn behind you. You got Mansuni in front of you. It's the very important 5th place in the Omnium. Are you going to be able to retain it?
I don't know.
I know that feeling. I just had the exact same quarter.
I was just breaking like, oh, can I make it?
They should do like the IQ test they make everyone, like if you ever have to take an IQ test, you have to do it while playing CVRcade. That's the real test.
That would be cool.
You know, Quentin on a physical device here is not too far back either, so he's coming up strong. But Timothy with a uncrashable here is pushing through. He thinks he's got a chance. But Timothy goes down. Oh, we gotta push it, guys. We've gotta push it. Everything we've got here, everything we've got coming into this. 17th. Oh, there's one more lap, I think. There might be one more lap here. That was maybe not the best choice. It's gonna. I'm back. Casey still on the front here. Casey, the chat thinks you pulled over for a Gatorade. What color is the Gatorade?
I'm giving Nigel a tow. I mean, I had like a 40-second gap, so I'm going to help Nigel here, the physical rider, and the gap's closing now, so I'm going to have to go here in a second. But Mansuni's 10 seconds back now, so it's time to put the hammer down. But we're giving Nigel a little pull.
Does it actually work if you're lapped? Do you get a draft?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, so that's being nice to Nigel. Is that you buying a favor for later?
Yeah, that's Nigel. Kudos for his team's good work today.
Good effort all around. I don't think Nigel. We'll see if Nigel can be joined. I don't think he joins it for this stream, but we'll see him on Tuesday back in the stream. I imagine he's very happy as well. But Casey Shum has got 300 meters to go. And then he will go on to take the victory. I'm just happy that Frank Garcia opted to leave the broadcast because I think he may have actually been able to beat me on this one, but we've only had one loss today, so that's all is fine. Keep it all down. Casey wins. Mansuni with a solid second here. Unless Wim can actually catch up with this uncrashable. He pushes on through. Glenn versus Timothy. It's all heating up near the back here as Wim and Mansuni. It'll be Mansuni who gets 3rd. Casey gets 2nd. Timothy wins. Then Glenn, who had the pressure rising up, he will be next. Timothy Tamont is further down. He crashes again. Timothy, as much trash talking as you send my way, what have you been doing on this map?
Winning the Omnium, excuse me?
Wow.
I'm thankful that Mansuni beat Wim there, because if Mansuni said like, oh, I'll let Wim get 2nd here, he would have taken the Omnium. So Mansuni, yeah, he went for the 2nd place instead of for Wim, so that's good. But yeah, meanwhile, you still got like half a lap to go.
No! I'm so done with this. This is so fun. This is so fun. But when you suck, when you are horrible, can we just cut? Can we just be like, thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute joy. Let's have the actual master. We've not Timothy. Let's have the master, Casey Shum, close out today's broadcast. I have been challenged. I have succumbed to the pressure, and I will never be back. Casey Shum, take it away.
All right, thanks everybody for hanging out today. We had a lot of fun. It's pretty clear that I was going to talk some trash against Timothy, but that's all right. It was a lot of fun today, though. Congratulations to Team Velocity on their big win. And who won this last? Who did win? I'm trying to look here. Timothy Termont looks like he takes away the final Omnium here with the controllers. I got 2nd place, and is that Mansuni? And then Glenn. It's been very clear on the controllers that when it comes to technical tracks, that's where the real skill comes into play. And, of course, not overlapping wheels and wrecking like I do. we still here? I have no idea. If
We'll go to that ending now. Thank you so much. This has been a fun stream. Casey Shum, everybody. Round of applause in the chat. Thank you so much for watching. Let's roll the ending, and we'll see you all on Tuesday where we reset, we go again, and hopefully no more Jesper Anchor on a controller. Until then, we'll see you. But no, Beth, your goes crashing down. Termination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marvels. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.